Have you ever gone to the doctor with a physical or mental condition, only to leave with a prescription instead of answers? Maybe you tried one medication after another, only to find that nothing seemed to truly help. Today we're sharing the true story of Mikhaila Peterson, a young woman who spent most of her life struggling with debilitating symptoms, from joint pain to severe depression. She sought answers from doctors, tried countless medications, and underwent painful treatments. Yet, nothing brought lasting relief. But Mikhaila's journey took an unexpected turn when she decided to look beyond conventional medicine. She dared to ask, what if the answer wasn't a pill, but in the food she ate? Through her determination to find a cure, she discovered that the key to her healing wasn't another medication or surgery. It was in the simplest, most natural approach, the right diet for her body. If you're curious about Mikhaila's powerful story and want to learn how she transformed her life, keep watching. And at the end of this video, we'll share tips on how you too can start exploring a diet that suits your unique needs, one that might just change your life. Mikhaila sat at her kitchen table, the remnants of a steak still on her plate. Beef, salt, water. That was it. It seemed almost absurd to think that such a simple meal could be responsible for turning her life around. But now, at 25, Mikhaila was living a reality she once thought impossible. Her joints didn't scream with pain. Her skin wasn't breaking out in painful rashes. And her mind, once weighed down by depression, felt clearer than it had in years. It had been a long road to this moment, one marked by constant pain, despair, and skin that made her self-conscious. I was 2 when I started to limp, she would often explain when people asked about her journey. By age 7, she was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, her small body consumed by inflammation. 37 joints, she would say, remembering how the disease slowly stole her ability to move freely. At 12, the physical pain was joined by a new kind of torment. I was diagnosed with severe depression, she recalled. That was the year they put her on antidepressants. By 14, another label had been added: idiopathic hypersomnia, chronic fatigue with no clear cause. Her body was deteriorating, her mind collapsing, and no one could tell her why. Things took an unexpected turn at 22. Mikhaila's health problems, already overwhelming, were compounded by severe skin issues. Cystic acne and angry rashes spread across her body, and conventional treatments didn't offer any solutions. She tried various medications, but nothing worked. My skin was a mess, she remembered. It felt like I was falling apart, inside and out. The frustration was unbearable, and her desperation drove her to take her health into her own hands. It was the skin problems that led her to begin experimenting with her diet. It was radical, and she didn't think it would work. Mikhaila began with an elimination diet, cutting out processed foods, gluten, dairy, and anything she suspected might trigger a reaction. The results were immediate and shocking. Her skin started to clear, but even more surprising was how her joint pain dulled, her fatigue lifted, and her mind felt lighter. Still, the improvements in diet weren't enough. After a period of relief, her symptoms started creeping back. Desperate not to fall back into the cycle of illness, Mikhaila made another drastic decision. She adopted an all-meat diet. Beef, salt, water. Nothing else. That sounds ridiculous, she had thought, and she wasn't alone in that sentiment. Even her doctors were skeptical. But within 6 weeks, the transformation was undeniable. Eating only meat put my symptoms into remission, she would tell people. The arthritis that had destroyed her joints, the skin issues that had made her feel like a stranger in her own body, the depression that had stolen her joy, and the fatigue that had kept her in bed for years. All of it disappeared. As Mikhaila marveled at her recovery, she couldn't help but remember how the medical system had failed her for so long. One memory in particular stood out. After Mikhaila eats oranges, her toes swell up. Her mother had once told a doctor when she was young, suggesting a food reaction. But the doctor had dismissed the idea entirely, focusing instead on medications. At the time, it hadn't seemed important, but now Mikhaila realized just how much her health has been tied to her diet. How many doctors brushed off something like that, she thought bitterly. They never believed diet could be a factor. For the first time since childhood, Mikhaila was medication-free. No pain, no antidepressants, no fatigue, no cystic acne. I have no symptoms of disease. I'm in complete remission, she marveled. It felt miraculous. But it wasn't a miracle. It was the result of a diet that had seemed absurd, but had saved her life. Still, Mikhaila was furious with the medical system that had failed her for so many years. How dare they tell me there was nothing I could do, she would think, remembering the doctors who had watched her suffer through surgeries and medications that did nothing to stop her deterioration. How dare they treat me with medication and let me lose joints and suffer from skin issues when dietary intervention worked? As she cleared her plate, Mikhaila thought about how far she had come. 7 years of agony, surgeries and countless medication had given way to a life she never thought she would have. Her body, once crippled by arthritis and ravaged by skin issues, was now strong. Her mind, once clouded by depression, was sharp and clear. Looking out through the window, Mikhaila smiled. I truly believed I would have died without this diet, she reflected. But now, with her health restored, she felt alive in a way she never had before. The battle had been long and brutal, but she had emerged on the other side, stronger and healthier than she ever thought possible. Her future, once clouded with doubt and pain, now stretched out before her, full of possibility. That was Mikhaila Peterson's remarkable journey. As the daughter of Jerome Peterson and a prominent YouTuber, Mikhaila has openly shared her struggles and triumphs with her approach to health. After years of medication and treatments, the path to her healing was through an elimination diet she calls the Lion Diet, consisting of only beef, salt and water. Though this diet may seem intense, it has transformed Mikhaila's life, alleviating her autoimmune symptoms and giving her a fresh perspective. If Mikhaila's story resonated with you, here are 3 tips to help you explore dietary changes for your own health. 1. Begin with an elimination diet and stick with it. Start with a limited diet and stick with it for at least a month to establish a baseline. This could be the highly restrictive Lion Diet, the slightly more flexible Carnivore Diet, or the least restrictive of these 3, the Keto Diet. Keep in mind that the more restrictive the diet, the greater the chance it will help reduce your symptoms. However, it may also be more challenging to maintain, so choose the option that feels realistic for you while allowing your body time to stabilize. 2. Gradually reintroduce foods one at a time. When you're ready to expand your diet, add back foods slowly, one at a time. Give each new food at least a week to see how your body responds before adding another. This method helps you identify any foods that may trigger negative reactions, helping you fine-tune your diet further. 3. Stand strong with community support and professional guidance. Discuss your plans with your healthcare provider to ensure safety. But remember that not all doctors recognize diet as a solution. If you're met with doubt, having a community of others who have faced similar challenges can help you stand your ground. They can share their experiences and offer tips on how to confidently communicate your commitment to exploring this path with your doctor, even if they're skeptical. If Mikhaila's story or these tips inspired you, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts or experiences with dietary changes. Have you tried an elimination diet, or are you curious to explore one? Let us know. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Every like, comment and subscription helps us continue to bring stories and insights like Mikhaila's to you. Thank you for watching, and we hope this journey has sparked ideas for your own path to wellness.